Hey guys, have you seen this new Sprint commercial?
No.
Let's watch it.
Hey, I'm Paul, and I used to ask if you could hear me now with Verizon. Not anymore.
There's a very interesting story behind this guy. He is actually an actor named Paul Marcarelli, and he came out in an Atlantic interview in like 2011 talking about how he had a horrible time with Verizon.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Then Sprint recently swooped in and grabbed him as their spokesperson.
It's the benefit of being a free agent.
I'm with Sprint now, because guess what? It's 2016 and every network is great.
A little snarky and sneaky.
Little banking real heavily that we're gonna give a shit.
I don't know though. I kind of like when I first saw it, I was like,
Like, what's happening?
but like then I was like,
Yeah.
why am I like, this is drama, but like drama that I shouldn't care about?
Well, but there is drama. So it was more than just him not being happy with his contract. So Paul is gay, and he was afraid to come out when he was working with Verizon. He was afraid that anything he did would ruin his
Yeah, that's a pretty, unfortunately, common story that you hear in the industry where it's like, well, you can be gay, but just don't tell anyone because that might hurt your job prospects.
Verizon used to be very strict, so they wouldn't let him talk to anybody. They wouldn't reveal his name. And they fired him over an email, so...
That really sucks. Actually, you know, because then he can't make his own stuff. He can't.
Right, that was a big thing.
anything
He
else.
couldn't create his own work until after he was done with Verizon. But now he can be an actor.
Very telling that a phone company fired him over email. Like, not even they had enough
Yeah,
faith.
they couldn't even call
And
him. They're
phone
like,
call.
No, they tried a bunch of times. They're like, I can't get
it, just send an email.
Can you hear me now?
Kind of the overall takeaway is like most of these stipulations were self-imposed because I was afraid to piss them off. But
Why would he be afraid to piss them off?
yeah,
Is the-
but he's with Sprint now, so if you read the subtext, if he hated being a spokesperson so much for a phone company and hated the fame, why would he agree to do it all over again with a
Yeah.
different company?
Because they couldn't hear him.
He couldn't.
And now they can.
Can you hear that?
He plays himself in this too. That's the difference. In the first one, he plays like he's an actor playing this Verizon technician, and now he's Paul Marcarelli as himself. He says that in the beginning of the commercial.
Hey, I'm Paul. Hi, I'm Paul.
But it has a happy ending because this commercial from Christmas shows Paul with his actual husband.
Why is this one twice as much?
These commercials are also interesting because Sprint acknowledges that they are not number one. So their whole marketing campaign isn't that this guy switched because they're better, it's this guy switched and they're all kind of the same.
This one right here has 1% more needles.
Why pay twice as much for only a 1% difference?
We're like not the best, but we're like real good.
They're also, I guess they're sort of tacitly acknowledging that it's all bullshit too because they have the same spokesman and like, look, you know, whatever, it's a phone's a phone.
I do think it's interesting that they kind of do like a switch of his original, like, can you hear me now? It's like, can you hear that?
Can you hear that?
Interestingly enough, I think this commercial is effective because they make it seem like they're number 2 with only 1% difference. But Sprint's actually number 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, he's with Sprint now. It's a big coup. And we're like, okay. Like, that's not like, apart from Carmen, who was just like, oh,
I did have that reaction.
Yeah,
Like-
I was emotional.
But,
Especially
like-
now that I know the backstory, it really matters to me.
I don't know. I'm not a spokesperson, so
I don't know.
I'm not condoning any of these companies.
You got me invested though. Like just talking about it, I'm like, yeah, this matters to me now. Everything about this matters.
So hypothetically, into how many pieces would your universe be shattered if Papa John's face like split open and the Noid crawled out of his Papa John costume? Like, how many days off of work would you have to take?
A lot.
Hey guys, the next live episode of the Cracked Podcast is happening March 11th, 7 p.m. at the UCB Sunset Theater. There will be a link to where to buy tickets somewhere on this screen. This month's theme is the best fictional locations to visit, take a vacation to. Do you want to go to Gotham, Cabot Cove, Maryland for Murder, She Wrote? None of those probably. We'll have good answers. Hope to see you there.